We are all living a sitcom life. In recent years, I've begun to notice certain patterns in how people feel about life as a whole. They often express unrealistic standards and expectations that simply make no sense to me. Whether it is we do not feel we've accomplished enough by a certain age, or it's a skewed perception of what we expect relationships and friendships to be. We expect our friends to go above and beyond for us, like there is some sort of unbreakable bond because we view ourselves as the main character of a story where we are the center of focus. Or get upset when we don't win the lottery or see good things happening to other people and not to us. I have begun making this comparison to living in a sitcom. Sitcoms leave out the boring stuff about life. Sitcoms will compress all the excitement into a 30-minute time slot. The timelines are rarely defined, and we tend to be led by a narrator or main character. In reality, we often find ourselves playing the role of a narrator in our lives. We attempt to assume that we are the center of the world, and we don't see ourselves through the eyes of others in our observable universe. Similar to how we see the various side characters in a sitcom. In fact, it's safe to say that we all are playing side characters from the viewpoint of others. Therefore, we are ignorant to the fact that other people are also the center of their world in their own sitcom, all with their own unique experiences and stories. We are usually unconscious of this behavior, and we will often base decisions and actions on these assumptions and can easily cascade into a very toxic disposition in the real world. The advent of social media has made this an almost non repairable circumstance of our modern social structure. Ask yourself, how much drama have you witnessed? It's probably more than you can count. Our egos are so fragile, and we forget that everyone is living their own sitcom life and are often unaware of how they are perceived by others. Not a single person has the same opinion about you. This means thoughts about you will vary from person to person. When we are faced with these viewpoints, we usually respond negatively. It's hard to face reality, though. We build up this perception of ourselves, and when it is challenged, it feels like we're being attacked. Of course, every situation is unique. So we need to be cautious of these situations and try not to respond with emotion. Responding with emotion almost always leads to more negativity and drama. Putting yourself in their shoes helps, and also confronting in a calm manner too. If the opposing person comes at you with emotion and more negativity, it's always best to ignore and move on. Letting them live in your head is never worth it. Skewing of the timelines in sitcoms and focusing on the exciting parts of the fake lives being lived on TV paint a very unrealistic point of view. Shows like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, and even Big Bang Theory have made good comedy and even more serious stuff like Law and Order and CSI apply good science and drama, but leave out the boring details, and it's real easy for us to see this as a reflection of reality. So we find ourselves comparing our life to lives based in fiction. I was watching a show just the other day and found out the main character is half my age. And even I was like, where the fuck did my life go wrong? And just the other day, it was said that the average person has 20K in their savings by their 40s. And here I am, almost 40, with like 400 bucks in my savings. I often hear people say things like, I'm not where I'm supposed to be at 38. Or, I am 36 and I haven't done anything with my life. These statements are clear signs we are living a sitcom life. We need to accept the reality of our lives and stop focusing on the unrealistic reflection of a fictional life. Because the inaccuracy caused by the skewed timelines and compressed moments, we tend to think the boring stuff in life is only us and doesn't feel right. We never see characters in the sitcoms struggle to pay bills in the same way. We don't see them getting up and doing all the little things like taking the dog out to piss, making a morning coffee, and showering before your morning commute to work, which will include stopping for gas and smokes at the gas station. These moments are boring, but a part of living in reality. Having medical issues, hard part about our jobs, and being parents. I guess all I'm really trying to say is that we all need to sometimes take a step back and see our life for what it is. Figure out what is and what is not, and find out where our motives and priorities lie. Once we recognize that we have been trying to live a sitcom life, it becomes much easier to accept our reality and makes coping with the harshness of reality seem like something we can do. Set some goals and start working towards them, no matter how big or impossible it may seem. Ditch the sitcom life and live for you.